what we're going to focus on today is a use case where we often see a lot of collaboration between customer support and on-call engineering. So as I said before, often pieces get lost in translation between teams, between cross-functional teams. Oftentimes customer support knows there's a problem, and then it's difficult for engineering to understand where to start their investigation and dive in. So we're gonna, again, go on to a little bit of story time here, but imagine a customer calls in about an issue on a device. They've gone through the basic troubleshooting, and it does in fact look like something we want to escalate. They've, pushed the on and off button, they've gone to the documentation, they've figured out, nope, we can't solve this. This needs to be escalated to engineering. You may have multiple tiers of customer support or customer service, but it's like that technical escalation piece that we're going to focus on here. So the customer support rep will log in, go to the fleet, which is where we know our information by the device view, and we can go to the devices page. The devices page is a list of all of the devices in your fleet on this project. Again, you have a pretty robust search capabilities on this list. There's more ways that you can really dig into the devices you care about. But today we only care about one device because a customer called in about a specific device. So using, the serial number, let's go with this Memfault. Actually, let's do this. Let's say this is the serial number here. Automatically you have the information for this one device. When I click into the device, we now see all of the information related to that device. And here again, it has a similar layout to what you would see in the MCU side of the house and the Linux side of the house, but it's tailored for those Android products and devices, and also the relevant Android information that you're getting. If you want to, this is a great place to add notes about the device. Oftentimes you might have another ticketing system where you have these notes, but if you want to store those notes in Memfault, we do have that here. You also have the ability to set a nickname. Common use cases may be that you have a device in your CEO's house and it's breaking and it's high urgency. You might want to flag it's your CEO's device. So this is the device page. Oftentimes when a customer calls in, they say, hey, my device was acting really funny yesterday afternoon. And I tried everything, but I don't know what to do. And yesterday afternoon is a hard thing to wrap your head around, but it's easy in our timeline view. Our timeline view puts all of the information that's happening on the device that we're collecting in one place. So you have the full context of what's happening on the device as you're going through and debugging it. Especially like with more complicated devices with Android, you really need to understand not just the specific issue, but everything that might be affecting the device in that moment. So let's head on over to yesterday afternoon and see what was happening. So here we see the device timeline for yesterday. And they said they were having some issues yesterday afternoon. And I can immediately see there is sort of a big buzz of issues here. These little dots are typically what you're looking for. It looks like maybe the device was also buggy in the morning, but perhaps our customer did not realize that. One thing I wanted to call out is we were looking at before our issues that were deduplicating those error reports. Memfault calls a unique instance of one of these error reports a trace. So here we can dig into all of the traces or unique issues that were happening on the device during the day and see exactly what type of error it was before. It was as well. So let's say they said it was happening around, I don't know, this time, which is roughly 1:09. I can just click here on the timeline and automatically I get a highlighted point in time with all of the context leading up to the crash and what happened afterwards. And this URL now is unique. So if you're working with someone, you don't have to copy paste information. You can just copy paste a point in time. You can copy all of our links across Memfault are deep links. And so as you click into things, as you inspect things, if you want someone on your team to know exactly where you are, you just have to simply share a link. Common use cases across our customers is copy pasting this directly into the Jira ticket or any other platform you use. So now imagine I am the on-call engineer and I get this link from customer support saying, hey, it's this device. We think there was a problem at this time. Can you take a look? I just copy paste this URL into my web browser, and I will exactly show up with this highlighted visualization here. I can see, as we've said before, like all of the related log files leading up to the instance. And the nice thing here as well is that we can click in directly to the log files and see all of the information we need. We can also tab through time to sort of get this full picture and then filter across information we care about. So we get the log files, we get context around maybe what other problems were happening. Here it seems maybe unrelated, but this is our smart fridge. We've added a few custom events we care about for this product. So we care about when the door opens and when the door closes, and we've added a few additional pieces of information that we want to capture along with those events. And then here we have our metrics that we're collecting. And the ones you see here are all out of the box on Android. Actually, our demo instance does not represent all of the out of the box metrics available on our most recent SDK on Android. You see that there are battery metrics that we can track over time, CPU, as well as Wi-Fi down here. And we can look at changes across time. So now, going back to the use case, this is streamlined processes and easy to use communication in a universal format, giving the full context of the device to whoever is going to inspect or, relaying that baton across teams and understanding what you need to be looking for.